What's going on, guys? The Real D'Lo here, and we are back. And oh, sorry, I got carried away with looking at that tweet. Sorry, distraction on Twitter. We are back, and today I just want to recap, summarize, kind of make sense of this weird GPU market that we're in. So, a couple things. The last time I was on here, the 7900 XTX and XT had not launched. And now we have them. Ooh, this is a misspelling. Shouldled. So I need to fix that spelling right here. Because that's not spelled right. So I'll fix that. So last time I was on here, I was looking and I was like, all right, what does the GPU market look like? We have the 4090, the 7900 XTX. We got the 4080. Now we have the 79XT. We have last gen's 3090 Ti, the 6950 XT, the 4070 Ti upcoming, which is the previous 4080 12 gig. Got 3090, 3080 Ti, 6900 XT, and so forth, down to where I'm at a 3080 12 gig. So, a lot of people, new GPUs are out. We got to buy a GPU. Well, yeah, no, maybe very complicated, actually. So, quick recap 4090 comes out. Way too expensive. No way. Well, the performance was absolutely next generation. It's a flagship next year. It's so strong. I do believe we owe that to AMD for putting pressure on NVIDIA, but also NVIDIA just made an amazing product. The sad part is they could have made that and they just didn't until they had to. So, competition is good. So then they released the 4080 16 gig. The 4080 16 gig right here came in problem at $11.99, and you can't really buy it under $12.99. You can find a few to $11.99, $12.49, but realistically, $12.49 to $12.99 is what you're going to pay for a 4080 16 gig. And then there was a giant gap while we were waiting for AMD to release their cards. So AMD XTX, it competes with the 4080 at a lower price point. Okay, let's see what it's got. AMD misled us a little bit. They claimed up to 70% performance. It ain't 70% performance. They made it seem like 50 was like minimum. That's not true. It's more like 40%, 37 to 42, I think. So if you want to argue semantics, 35 to 45. But for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to say it's 40% faster. So that really disappointed people because people were expecting to really push the 4090 and really heartily beat the 4080 16 gigabyte, the 4080. Well, it didn't do that. It does trade blows with it. As you can see right here on the, why can't I click on this? Am I seeing this? Oh yeah, you can. Oh, duh, because I'm not on a spreadsheet. So you can see right here, they're only a percent apart here. The 4080 actually does better in 1080p and 1440p, I believe. But the 7900 XTX actually beats the 4080 in 4K overall. Either way, they're the same performance at the same wattage. And even though the 4080 says 350 watt, the 4080 consistently is closer to 300 watts, to be clear. So, but the cost difference makes the 7900 a better buy. Well, unless you bring in ray tracing, which not everyone uses. So, I don't know. It's very, very confusing. Overall, then there's the 7900 XT. 7900 XT came at $899. It's a bit less performance than the 7900, and it does not keep up with the 4080. But just to be clear, the 7900 XT beats every card in every generation except for the 2 NVIDIA cards released this generation and the 1 card released this generation from AMD. It's the 4th fastest GPU on the market at $899. And people say it's terrible. Well, it's not a terrible card. It's just terrible in relation to the upsell product, the $999 7900 XTX. So, what am I getting at? D'Lo, the real D'Lo, what are you getting at? Let's get real here. The GPU market is just a bunch of whiny babies now. Everyone's complaining. And half the time they're complaining and contradicting themselves. the fact of the matter is, in 2022, about to be 2023, bye-bye cheap graphics cards. It ain't going to happen. So, at the upper end, in the middle range and last gens, which are still good cards, I'm still using a 3080 12 gigabyte. In that range, there's a lot of performance to be had, and you can buy cards pretty decent, but they're most AMD, because I'll tell you what, people are like, just go buy a 3080. Okay. Newegg, 3090, 3080 Ti, 3080, apply. 0 to unlimited pricing. In stock. Sold by Newegg. Let's turn off sold by Newegg. So direct from, you can drive back to this Paladin brand, which I've never heard of. A 3080 costs you $729 today. BioStar's now getting in the 3080 market. Probably because, dude, NVIDIA has so much backstock. Why is BioStar getting in the mix? That's incredible. I didn't actually know that. Who's Maxon? 3080 10 gigabyte. These are all the 3080 10 gigabyte. NVIDIA had all these extra stock of 3080s sitting around, and they're trying to get them sold out. This isn't too bad. A 3080 Ti for $899, but I do not know who the brand is. Can someone please buy one of those so we can review them and see what the hell is going on with this card? Anyways, you have a 3080 10 gigabyte for $729. Okay. You have a 3080 Ti for $899, the same price as 7900 XT, which would have circles around this. You have this is just on Newegg, by the way. Oh, you guys, could you see where I was pointing? Oh, I was pointing off the screen. I apologize. I can do this. Hold on. Let's do this. My bad. Sorry. There you go. That's what I was pointing at right here. Sorry. You have the 3080 Ti 12 gigabyte at $899. If you go down a little bit, we got Maxon, which I don't even know, and that's a 3080 10 gig for $900. And then you're in the 3080 10 gigabyte. That's $900 for a 3080 10 gigabyte. Screw that. I ain't paying that. When you get into these prices, the $899, the only ones that make sense on this whole list are these 3080s at $729. But I don't know this brand, and I ain't going to buy it. So to me, the 3080 is out. So people are complaining, just go buy a used card. I'm not going to buy a used card on eBay that's been mined. All right? I'm not going to do it. You do not know much about them. Oh, there's a warranty left. They've been mined on for a year, hard, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for a whole year. Those graphics cards have been put through the ringer. And if I'm investing $800, $700, $600 in something, I want it to last. So I would rather just spend a couple more $100 and get something I know has a warranty and is going to last a long time. So the point is, the used market makes me uncomfortable with the amount of mining that was done. Now, if you have a buddy or a local market that you can get someone you can confirm that it has been mined, absolutely, sure. No brainer. But as far as the used market goes, I ain't going to go on eBay and buy a used card because I don't trust it. That's just me. Do what you want with your money, but I'm not going to throw away my money. So we have this weird situation we're in where there really isn't a good graphic card under $800. Unless you want to, okay, let's get rid of these. I'll show you consent. Let's look at the Radeon graphics cards. I'm going to bring them in the mix. 79, and we're going to bring the top dogs in. The 79, 79, the 6800 XT, sorry, is a beast of a card. So let's apply that. Now let's look what we got. Oh, look at the 6800 XT for $649. I actually think that's a pretty damn good card for that and then attractive pricing. This is your mid-range market right here, $649, 6800 XT. Not bad. It's a third-party seller, but should be okay. 6900 for $719. That's what we're talking about. This spanks all those the 3080 stuff, just to be clear. 6800 XT for $769, a little pricey. 6950 for $799 right there. Now, that's actually a really good performance. The problem I have with this card is a little power hungry, but it's not egregious like the 3090 Ti was. So right here, these are the ones I would probably be targeting, these 6950s at $799. So let's go look at my performance chart. Go here. That's just my tweet, so just ignore that. I can get rid of it so it doesn't show up. There you go. So if you look at here, my 69 right here for $799 is what I had written down. It performs right in here. So if you need a good mid-range card, I would recommend the 6900 XT over the 3080 12 gigabyte. I think, oh no, sorry. We were looking at the 6950, just to be clear, up here. The 6950 right here. So for $799, you can get pretty good performance. A little power hungry, but it's not bad. It's actually a pretty good card. People aren't going to want to buy less gen, though. They want new next gen. So then that presents us, you have 4 choices: 4090, 4080, 7900 XTX, and then the XT version. So let's be honest. We're talking the top four cards, all right? Because no one's going to buy the last gen. I certainly wouldn't buy a 3090 Ti that has power up to 500 watts. Good card, but it's very expensive. Let's look at how much can you get a 3090 Ti for in today's market. Let's see if we can find one. Just on Newegg. Click it. Kill everything else. Purely looking at 3090 Ti. In stock, $1,600. Peace. That's stupid. That's dumb. People who are buying this, that's dumb. You're stupid. Don't do it. So, we're going to be left with 4 cards, right? The 7900 XT, the 4080, the 7900 XTX, and the 4090. Now, the 4070 Ti is going to be coming out, but the rumors is that it will match performance of a 3090 Ti-ish, maybe slightly behind it, at significantly less power. So if you're looking at this chart here, imagine a 3090 Ti right here at $799, only consuming a maximum of 300. It's actually supposed to be like more like 275. So the 4070 Ti, if they price it right, is going to take sales from the 7900 XT and pretty much wipe out all of last gen. The reason they're waiting until January to release that is because if they were to release it already, nobody would have been buying the older stuff, right? At the same price. They're trying to clear through the old inventory. So NVIDIA is playing games. So what do you do today if you want more FPS? You want to go to 4K. You want to do 1440p, 240 hertz. Well, you have 4 choices. So let's narrow it down. It's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Wrong grabber. These are your 4 options, people. Right here. See it on the screen? This is what you're dealing with. Let me make it bigger. Hey. This picture in the background, by the way, is I took this picture. Let's just look at the picture for a minute. I'm going to make everything go away. I think this is just a good picture. Let's kill the camera. Let's kill the docs. Look. This is my picture I took when I went over to visit London, and we took a day trip to Bath, and this is what I was looking at in Bath, and it was gorgeous, and it was lovely, and I miss it, and I want to go back to London. I loved the UK. So anyways, that's enough of that. Okay, so where are we at? Look at this chart. Tell me which makes sense to you. Anyone who looks at this, what makes sense? Well, man, you got to add in tax too, because I went to buy I put a 4080 in my cart and a 4080 with my California sales tax, and I don't think there was shipping. Came up to the $1,199 one, still came up to almost $1,300. So my question was, do I want to spend $1,300? I think it was over 13. Let me look. Sales tax is like almost 7.5% here. So $1,199 times 0.075. It's $90. I think it was like, so $1,199 plus $90. It's $1,300. Okay. So do I want to spend $1,300 on a 4080, or do I want to drop down and spend about $1,075, $225 cheaper, which if you divide that by the $1,199 sales price, it's 18%, 19%, 20% cheaper for the same performance. Yeah, okay. 7900 XT wins that. If you want to save $1, you could drop down to the 7900 XT, which is pretty good performance, lower power draw, and still beats everything from the previous gen. Let's take my use case for a situation, okay? Let's take it. Let's run some numbers. I'm going to go ahead and grab this back out. of the mix. I'm right there. I have a 3080 12 gig, okay? I'm right here. 3080 12 gig. In 4K, I get about 79 frames. This is actually a really good representation because Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I get it. That's what about I get when I have modified frames. Do I want to play in 79 frames? Or do I want to spend a little more money and get 94 frames, which is really nice? Now, of course, I want 142 frames, but I don't want to pay that much. It's a lot more money. So look at this chart. Just look at this chart. This would be the reasonable. No, that's not true. Let me drop one down. Let me drop one down, guys. That's the bottom for me. That's my bottom right there. Okay. Look at this chart. These are the only GPUs. What's the what was that going for these days? Where's that 6800 XT? 6800 XT. Add this to the list. In stock, lowest price. I'm going to say sold by Newegg. See what happens. That's a little price. Oh, let's not do sold by Newegg. All right, right here. It's a company I don't know, but that's okay. So here's what we got. $649. $649 gets you into 4K and gets you really, really reasonable 1440p numbers. I play at 4K. I moved up from 1440p to 4K. I love the resolution. I play a lot of single-player games, but I also play Fortnite and Valhalla, single-player. Play some other games with my buddies. And this just wasn't cutting it for me. So I have a 3080, which trades blows, which is just a tick faster than this. So let's back over to the chart. All right. So $649. That's what we had. So I have my prices still are holding good. That's what I would buy if I was buying today in today's market because that makes a lot of sense. $649. They lose in ray tracing, but I'm going to be honest, I don't use ray tracing, so it doesn't matter. Like, everybody brings that up. Ray tracing, doesn't matter. So, let's say I want to play at 70 frames. Well, in Fortnite, their new engine, man, I'm getting like 80 frames, and you really want to be close to your monitors, higher refresh because you're playing a competitive game, so I want 144. So I can tweak some stuff, and I get close to 100. So I get 80 to 100, so I'm in this range, right? With my 3080, let's just say 80. That's actually a pretty good number because that's what I get, about 80. Well, I want more than that. I want up here. See these green numbers? Over 100 frames. I could settle for 94 and save $1. But, oh, you can't see my mouse. Huh. You can see it when I'm over here, right? Can you see my mouse? Yes, you can. Oh, that sucked. You couldn't see my mouse the whole time. Oh, well, hopefully you could follow me. So I'm looking at this and I'm asking myself, 70 frames? No, I have 80 frames. I want to bump in performance. And what is worthwhile to upgrade? To me, it's about 20%. So what's 20%? 80 to 100? So I want 100 frames. So I come all the way up here. My graphics card comes down to the same choice that a lot of people are trying to make today. It's these top four. Let's face it. It's these top four. So again, I'm going back to them. Let's make it bigger. Let's really focus in here. And let's talk about this. I'm going to put myself in the middle. Is that cool? I'm going to put this right above me. All right. Looks like a weird T. Kind of like the corner situation. Let's put me over in this corner. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Let's put this at the top. There we go. That looks good. Okay. So as we're sitting here, we got to ask ourselves, do you want to pay $899 for 94 frames? Do you want to pay $1,250 for 109? Or do you want to pay $999 for 113? Well, what's 94 divided by 113? It's 83% of the performance for $100 less. So you're losing 17% performance. And what is $899 divided by $999? For 10% of the cost. So it's 10% cheaper, but you lose 17% performance. In my opinion, the 7900 XT is a good card. It just should cost more like, dude, if it was $799, AMD would be killing it. It would be sold out. Just drop it $100. I think $799 would be a great, because the $799 divided by $999 is 20%. This card really is an upsell card, and it should cost $799. If I haven't made a buy-in decision by then, which I'm going to get to in a moment, I would say that I would wait for that to be $799. If it was, I would strongly consider it because it would be good value then. Oh, I even wrote in my comments, should be $799, right? I also write should be $1099 for the 4080. The 4080 and 7900 XT, these two cards are upsell cards. They want you to buy these two. And if money is unlimited and you can do whatever you want, just buy the 4090. It's the best card. It's so superior. It's stupid. It's so strong. It's 20% faster in 4K than anything else in the market. It's huge. It's 23% faster than its own next card. 23%. That's almost a gen-on-gen improvement because you would like to see around 30 or more. This generation was like 60. It was gigantic improvements for the 4090. So what am I getting at? What does all this rambling mean? All this rambling means that all this nonsense out there, the AO silicon that AMD sent, no, that's not true. The silicon's fine. Oh, these cards are a hot mess. These cards are garbage. The 7900 is broken. What's wrong with the 7900? You know, the answer is there's actually nothing wrong with the 7900 or the 7900 XTX. What's wrong is they misled us. They did a little NVIDIA bullshit and priced the 7900 XT at $899. 4080 is just so overpriced. I would love a 4080. I would buy it right now if it was $999. Absolutely. I would buy it right now if I get it for $1099 because you'd be in 100%. You'd be within $100, and I could see you getting the ray tracing and the OpenGL and stuff. But overall, the 7900 XTX trades blows with the 4080. There's no reason to spend more than, I don't think people should buy the 4080 at this current price. Everyone said that a million times, but I still 100% believe it. What would be my price I would pay a 4080? $1099. If someone said, hey, listen, I just want to pay a little bit more. If you want to pay $1199 for your 4080, fine. Whatever. But people are paying $1399, $1499. You're paying $1,400 for a GPU when you can spend $100 more and just buy it. Then you have the availability and the scalpers and all that bullshit. But let's talk about what we can get today. I'm telling you, tomorrow morning, you can go buy a 7900 if you want. Right now, you can buy a 7900 XT. They're available. Let's look. Newegg right now. Let's back it up. I'll fix the screen in a moment. Let's bring the 7000 series into it. Sorry. There we go. Right now, if you want, you can go buy an $899 card. The XT Red Devil is out there. The XT, it's back ordered. Interesting. This is interesting. Even the XTs are all sold out. I think people are. Whoa. That's surprising. There's only 2 reference models left. All of the XTs are sold out on Newegg now. Interesting. Wow. The only one of these 4 cards you can buy right now is the 2 reference models that nobody really wants. Specifically of the 7900 XT. Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't realize that was sold out. So, what would I do? Well, what I would do is do what I did. I jumped on AMD because they release cards Monday through Friday. They drop like 100 graphics cards every single morning on AMD.com, and you can just buy a 7900. So what did I do? I purchased a 7900 XT X. I have it right here, sitting right next to me. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know if I'm going to open it because I'm trying to get an AIB, but those might not come into January. I got 30-day return policy, so I'm kind of keeping my eye on that. But guys, stick with what you got. And if you absolutely have to have one, my opinion would be buy a 6800 XT or 6900 XT. Or if you want to jump up, grab a 7900 XTX. That would be what I would do. I'm going to shut this down for 1 sec here. Click that off. Oops, sorry, wrong button. There you go. I'm going to pull something up on my other screen real fast. I'm going to show you an option that is available. Yeah, this is available. Right now, you can get a 7900 XT AIB card for $949 right now on Amazon, and it'll be delivered in about 2 weeks. So that's what I would do if I was desperate and I was strapped for cash. If I had a little more money, I would get the XTX. And if I had a lot more money and I didn't care, I'd probably get the 4080. But I guess maybe I'd just jump up to the 4090. So let's take a look at the card. So there it is. There you guys go. There's everything that I can say about that. The graphics card market right now is crappy. It is, it's unfortunate for people because I think that you are spending $700 for a graphics card no matter what nowadays. Unless you're in budgety, we're in a whole different ballgame. But I'm talking about kind of mid-range and kind of a majority of enthusiast type. The word enthusiast gets thrown around, but I consider it somebody who just spends a lot of time and kind of is their hobby. It's what they do. It's what I do. I game a lot, and I make videos, and I do a bunch of stuff. So I would say 6800 XT or better at those prices. Maybe the 6900, 6950 at $799 sounds great. Otherwise, get the 7900 XT and 7900 XTX. So here's what I got. Let me grab it. Look what I got from NVIDIA today. I was taking the label off and it came off crappy. Sorry, I'll show the other side. This is a AMD reference design 7900 XT. That's what this is. You want to look at it? Let's look at it. It's fragile. What do you got in here, AMD? What do you got? Ooh, it's heavy. Ooh, that's heavy. Smells good. It smells like frames per second. It's kind of a nice box. Oops, sorry. Here's what we got, guys. I was checking it out. So there you have it. The Radeon, AMD Radeon. Oops, let me move this. This is the AMD Radeon 7900 XTX right here. I've ordered one, $999 on AMD.com. Every morning, 7 a.m., they drop like 100. Here's a graphic card. I'm looking for a seal. Here's the seal. The seal is not open right here. And I'm not going to open it yet. I'm going to wait. But I have one. I might return this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If I decide to use it, I'll do an unboxing like the million other people, and I'll give you my feedback. There's a lot of mixed reviews on is it loud, is it not loud, is it hot, is it not hot. Man, this is a nice box. This is a nice box. It feels really good. It feels really good here. Oh, that feels nice. So there you go. 7900 XTX AMD Radeon. I would love to test it, but I don't want to open it yet because I might return it. Oof. Man, they made a really cool box. It feels very premium. Box is in good shape. Doesn't appear to be any damage. So we're gonna see. I don't know if I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna try to get an AIB over the next week. I got 30 days from the day it arrives. It arrived on 12/19. So I have until January 15th to send this back, let's just say. Ordered a few days. I think I ordered on the 14th or 15th or something like that. It took about 4 or 5 days to get here. I think I ordered on like Wednesday. I think I ordered on Wednesday, shipped on Thursday, got here on Monday. Yeah, that's what happened. So if I back up a week from Wednesday the 14th, so I have until January 13th. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the 4070 Ti reviews. I'm going to look at to see how they are. I'm going to move the camera over here so when I move over, look, now I can talk into the mic and have it on my shoulder the whole time. maybe I could do one of those thumbnails. So they do, they do those stupid thumbnails. So I'm gonna watch the 4070 Ti market. It's going to be released. Benchmarks coming on the 3rd, I believe, or the 4th. It'll be released. I'm gonna run some benchmarks on my current. What am I doing? Just move the freaking mic. I'm gonna do some benchmarks on my current 3080. I'm gonna, in the event I switch. If the 4070 Ti comes close to this performance, which I don't believe it will, it can't. It's going to come close to the 7900 XT performance. If the 4070 Ti comes in at the 3090 Ti levels at like 250 power watts, and they drop the price to $799, I would consider it and I would return this or sell this to somebody. Not trying to scalp it, but if does anybody want this? Anybody want to buy this? Is anyone in California? If you want to buy it, I could sell it to you. I can probably get another one. It's not that hard, honestly. People are complaining. It's not that hard. Anyways, I'm going to watch the 4090 Ti. I'm going to watch to see if NVIDIA drops the price on the 4080 by January 1st. I don't know if they're going to at this point because I think they're actually happy with AMD kind of misstepping and leading us the wrong way in the performance. But people are out there saying that the $7,900 is garbage or trash. They're wrong. They're wrong. It's not. It has really good performance. Check out Jay's 2 cents video. He did an overclocking. Not the first one where he did the overclocking incorrectly. The second video that was released today on December 19th. You can find it on my Twitter. I linked it because he had a really excellent video on it. Go watch Hardware Unboxed. Go watch Gamers Nexus. They all agree that the 7900 XTX performance is good and it's a better value than the 4080. They all agree AMD kind of overhyped it a little bit. That's where we're at. If you need a graphics card and you can't spend $700, buy a 6800 XT. If you need a graphics card and you can go up to about $800, buy a 6950 XT. That's my opinion. If you need a graphics card and can spend up to $1,000, this out the door with tax in California was $1,075. So I had $1,075 here. If you can't spend $1,075, get the 7900 XT. It's a good card. If you can spend $1,400, don't buy the 4080. The 4080 in no which way, shape, or form makes sense to me. $11.99, I guess. Maybe if you had like $100 credit somewhere or some gift certificates to Best Buy. But I just can't get there. I really want to buy a 4080, but I just can't get there. I'm hoping I can open this. But I don't know. I'm going to try to sell my 3080 locally. Maybe someone, based on what I saw, you can't get a 3080 less than $750. If I can get $750, $800 for my 3080, 12 gigabyte Asus TUF, 6 months owned, not mind on. When it dropped to $899, I bought it. I know it was a bad deal. What are you going to do? If I can get back $800, $750, I don't lost $100 on it. So that's where we're at. There we go. I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop the video. Appreciate anyone who stopped by and liked this or looked at it. Just overall, generally speaking, guys, I think the GPU market is a little rough. Just be prepared to spend anywhere from $650 to, in my opinion, $1,000 on a graphics card if you want to do really high-end gaming. If you're doing 1080p, stop all this nonsense. Don't listen to anyone except for me. And down here, if you're 1080p, don't spend more than $400. If you're 1440p, in my opinion, you don't spend more than $500. If you're 4K, you don't need to spend more than $649. But if you want really good frames in 1440p, you're gonna have to probably jump up to here, So I don't know. There you go. There's the info. This chart will be on my Twitter. I'm gonna fix the wording right now. Literally, I'm gonna go fix that because that's embarrassing that I spelled should wrong. And we're gonna go from there. This video went a little long, 35 minutes. Appreciate everyone who stopped by. If you could do a like, a follow on Twitter, that'd be cool. If you feel like donating or subscribing, I'm gonna try to continue doing some more content. I'm gonna open a graphics card here soon, either 7900 XTX or 4080 if it goes on sale, or 4070 Ti. I'm gonna test it out, and you can check it out. There's a lot of reviewers out there though. Hardware Unboxed, Gamers Nexus. You know who I really like? I stumbled on this new dude today. Let me kill this, and then I'll tell you. Jay's. I like Jay. Jay's cool. Jay's a good guy. There you have it. Where's that? There's a cool YouTube. I found it today. Dude's called when you go to your YouTube, look up, where is it? Ancient Gameplays. Ancient Gameplays was a cool YouTuber that I saw. That was pretty neat. And Daniel Owens is a really fair, objective guy. I like Daniel Owens a lot. Please go check out Daniel Owens. Oh, Paul's Hardware is really good. I like Paul. He's got a good sense of humor. So those are the guys that I look at. Use it. Hardware Unbox, Gamers Next. Moore's Law is okay. It's really heavy in info, but I like them too. Tech Yes City. He's got the coolest accent. Love that guy. Anyways, those are my YouTubers. That's where I get a lot of my info. Them plus my own. I'm gonna do my own stuff here pretty soon. Don't spend a lot of money on a graphics card. Don't buy a 4090 or 4080, in my opinion, unless you just have unless you make $100,000 a year, you're single and you have a good retirement. No one needs a 4090. So, anyways, peace out. Love you guys. Be cool to everybody. Remember, everyone deserves just a little basic human dignity here and there. You know, not everybody's having a good day all the time. So, being kind to one person might help go a long way. So, peace. Love you. Bye.